say, boom, this shit just makes perfect sense all of a sudden. And I learned this when I was in 10th grade, and now I can do this thing. But the word we use is probability of that is like, as I don't want to. The fact of the matter is, you're being taught things to put you on a path without you knowing. Like decisions are being made for you to
because
kind of
I'm not
steer
doing
you
it
in.
myself.
No, it has nothing to do with you. It's about
That
if I
that's the
wind
point.
something up in the back, if I wind up a little toy that walks in the back and I set it in a direction, chances are if there's no other forces to affect it, it's going to go in the direction I set it. Right. And it's not about the toy itself. It's just like I put it in that direction. That's
But
what they
what's
try to
wrong
do.
with that?
You don't get you're not a toy, right? You have autonomy. You're a person. You have a chance
Right,
to
I'm
learn
autonomy
all
as
that
long as
there
I
is to
use my
know.
fucking brain. Not everybody uses their fucking brain, right? So if
But
I
No,
but
don't
but
how
use
can
my
you use
brain,
how can you
no,
how can you
no.
use autonomy if you don't know?
huh?
Exactly. If they're
How
trying
can you
to
choose to
eliminate
And
your
do
his
autonomy,
and
something that you don't
Eugene's
know how to do?
right. I just
You
feel
got to
like
critical. That's on you to be able to critically think and say, hey, I don't. You like.
but not everybody. But that's
Not
look.
everybody
you.
does.
If
You
look, there's a scenario where they talk about a boy in the woods who doesn't grow up learning about religion. Does he go to hell? It's like that. If they never taught him about religion, you can't say, oh, I could critically
critical
think,
think, right?
and I find
That
out what
doesn't make
God
any
is
sense.
in the Psalms, and like, no, I've never been exposed to it on purpose. They never exposed me to the Bible, therefore I don't know shit about the Bible.
But you
They're
can critical think your situation. I grew up in Christianity,
Okay,
Christianity only, and I
got you.
questioned Christianity, being someone who grew up in it, and said, "Wait a minute, I don't know about this. I don't know if a lot of this shit makes sense."
you
I
questioning
didn't know if
something
it was
that you were exposed to.
Right, you were still exposed to.
You can't question
Wait, hold
something you
on,
weren't exposed
Well,
to. How you gonna
Eugene's
question something you
wait,
don't know about?
well, Eugene's analogy about the boy in the woods. Okay, let's think of Tarzan. And you're raised by a bunch of fucking monkeys and fucking boars and all types of shit. And you never were brought up to learn the Bible or nothing like that. He can critically think his way into knowing
Like
about it.
John said, no, it's my
Yeah,
to
he
me,
can't.
to me, being in that same scenario, me critical thinking is being Tarzan and saying, why don't I look like those other motherfucking monkeys? Why am I different?
No, but
yeah,
the only reason people think like that is because they were exposed.
No. But that's critical thinking about why you don't look like them. That's not critically thinking about religion.
The Bible.
That's the point he's trying to make.
Right, but to your point,
also,
you're saying you don't know what you don't know, of course. But you could rationally, if something doesn't make sense.
Dame, look. If I don't teach you about taxes, I specifically don't teach you about credit, and I just don't give you financial literacy on purpose, and then I inject you into a society at 18 years old that is built and in literally contingent on those things, you are at a disadvantage. If I teach other people about taxes, I teach other people about credit, and I teach them how to be financially literate in a society that is based on those things, they have an advantage because they were exposed to information. You don't. You can learn if by happenstance and your life circumstances take you to situations where you're exposed to the information and you choose to absorb it and apply it. But if you're never exposed to it, you, even if you don't know, are at a disadvantage.
You're right. That's not my whole claim is you could look at your situation and say, like, this is not it, right? So I could, like I said, I'm in a situation. I'm in the jungle. I'm Tarzan with a bunch of apes that don't look like me. The first step is not going to be, I'm not going to discover the Bible overnight, right? But the first step of breaking out of the situation I'm in is saying, hey, I don't look like these other niggas. What the fuck is the difference? Once you start questioning that, then you start questioning another thing. Okay, are there other people like me? And then you say, oh, okay, I am now with other humans. Okay, now what are they doing? They're going to a church or something? Like it all plays in. It's not, critical thinking may not get you, it may not go from being in the jungle to being in the church, but it could be a step.
I think I think I can.
It's something I'm not doing.
I think that okay. So I think I'm starting to see Dane's point up just a tad here. So like, it's like, oh, let's say I'm 35 years old and it's like, hey, why are you the way you are now? Oh, it's because of I was raised by my mother. And my mother went about life this way, and this is what she taught me, yada yada yada. But once you hit 18, once you hit that adult age, whatever the case may be, like it's up to you to take that accountability to start finding, like to start seeing the light.
Yeah, but how can you be held accountable for something you don't know?
You're not accountable for what you don't know, but you could. To me, I think you could question what you do. What it's not even what you know. What you do know is what authorities have told you. So if I know something only on the sole basis that my mother told me it, that's not empirical data.
But that's not what we're trying to say.
Exactly. That's not in
line. So in the same exact scenario, if you're brought up by your mother, right, and she doesn't teach you about one religion or another, she doesn't tell you anything about religion, right, but she tells you about all these other things, about financial literacy, about education, about blah blah blah. Now you're 18, you're on your own. You're questioning what she taught you. So now you're questioning financial literacy. You're questioning how to do this and how to do that. You're still not introduced to religion. So how do you know to question religion if you don't even know what religion is?
Correct.
That's what Eugene's trying to say. How do you know to critically think about something you have no idea exists?
Oh, okay. In that regard,
because people specifically didn't
not exposed to
it. Right. And that's what Eugene had. That's what Eugene has said. He said, but if you're not exposed to it, then how can we make this argument?
That's what he's trying to say. But I see both sides of the fence.
I see what Dane was. I do see what Dane was saying.
I see what Dane was saying
more. I agreed way more with Gene. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of seen the little spiciness from Dane with the.
So the reason. So let's go back. So let's go back to the direction now. So remember, you said you wind up the toy, and the toy is going to go straight unless it's
diverted by some other circumstance.
To me, the diversion is critical thinking, right? Because we're humans and we have brains, and we're not just fucking wind-up dolls that can just go. While I think that a lot of people not a lot of people, there may be some people that are fucking wind-up dolls, and they need direction, and they probably should be fucking, I don't like using should, but it's probably a good thing that motherfuckers are wound.
The only time you need direction, the only time you need direction is when you don't know what to do. And sometimes you don't know what to do because people made it that way, because that was somebody's intention, and it's not even your fault. And I can be like, you need guidance, but what I'm really saying is, in a particular set of circumstances, you need guidance relative to my understanding of this circumstance. You're not performing well or to the level that I'm used to in this thing. So like, nigga, you need guidance. You need to get it together.
But Dane, even in your same scenario of the wind-up doll that should, quote unquote, because they're not using should, but that's going straight, and there's a something that diverts it. Okay, so there's something that diverts it to the right? So they're questioning something, they critically think that diverts it to the right instead of going straight. What if they still have nothing that diverts it to the left?
Right.
Why does it need something to go to the left? It's just breaking off the path, right?
You're saying
exactly. So they diverted the path, but they're diverting the path of one thing that they may have know or question or whatever, but they're still not diverting a different path to something they have no idea about.
Bro, okay. As human beings, we're gonna die not knowing a bunch of things. We're gonna die not knowing a majority of things that happen in the world.
Yeah.
You know that, right? So with that said, it's like, if just because we went left and we're missing right, that doesn't fucking matter. We're probably gonna miss majority of the shit that happens in the world. What I'm saying is, you're thinking critically, you're breaking off of.
But we're talking about the education system, so like, it's not about what you do or don't learn in life before you die. I think all branched off the educational system.
I think, Damon, you're thinking very,
critically.
No, but you're thinking critically, but you're thinking. I think you're branching into a lot of different other phenomena that are not there, or that is not being brought up in this conversation.
It's all relative to that same. It can all bring it back to the same. I could bring it back to anywhere you want.
I don't think this is the emphasis of this conversation, honestly.
Okay.
All right, that's cool. I don't even give a fuck no more.
Fair enough.
Keenan, what did you wish? I forgot. What was the question? What did you not learn that you wish you learned? And that's not the right wording, but
shit, I forgot that was even the question. Damn.
Like I said, I can go back full circle.
Me personally is health. Because we're talking about it was high school, right?
You didn't learn health in school?
In high school, not really.
What?
I'm talking about like a real. I'm talking about a strong breakdown,
comprehensive,
like
cooking.
in detail, in depth. Like I don't feel like they really.
So yeah, break it down to me. What did you not learn that you wished you would have learned? Like in regards to health, like you're saying health, but like what aspect of
like
health?
food, like the eating aspect, not like sexual aspect and condoms and all that other shit. I'm just talking about like food and stuff like that. I just felt like even this is what I learned in school, right? So it's actually funny. One of my health teachers, it wasn't an actual like class, it was one of those extracurricular classes. I forgot what they were called, like
intramurals, no.
Not intramurals or
No.
I forgot what it's called.
That's besides the point.
Detention.
But basically in those little classes, this nigga said detention. But it's kind of crazy because in those classes, I remember when veganism, vegetarian lifestyles were first like brought up to me, like first introduced and everything. And I remember my health teacher told me that that's not a good diet, or that's not a good lifestyle. Like you shouldn't be living like that. Like you need meat, you need like nice, like less fattening portions of beef. You need a lot of chicken, you need a lot of turkey, yada yada yada. And she said eating just like beans and any type of chickpeas, whatever the case may be, like that stuff is just no, like it's not long lasting. You shouldn't be doing it. You shouldn't be getting your protein from Brussels sprouts and broccoli and quinoa and stuff like that. It's not gonna. There's no longevity. Huh?
Can I be controversial? Ish.
Why did you have to ask that question?
I mean, we're on PI for a reason.
Yeah,
because I feel like y'all already have an opposing view.
The nigga who asks rhetorical questions.
Does it matter if we have a opposing view? What?
Is that a question that I'm supposed to answer? But anyways, anyway, maybe school did a good job. Maybe the purpose, and I'm not saying it is, maybe it's a good thing that it just got our feet wet in a bunch of different topics to see what piques our interest. Because then again, like I said, I can only speak for myself. I don't know what the fuck I want to do, right? So if you introduce someone to all these different topics and like anything you're passionate about, you're gonna.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Damon? Do you think that? Let me ask you a question. Do you think that was the goal? Like, do you think that was their goal?
I don't care, to be honest. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so everybody's okay. Let me just say this. Not everybody's a critical thinker. Let me say that I'm a critical thinker. I can definitely say that. I can see that you're a critical thinker, right?
If not everybody, the motherfuckers need to be wound up and set in a direction. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, listen. Okay, listen.
If they're not gonna think for themselves,
all right. Listen, nigga. Let me just tell you something. So, what I'm saying is, my nigga, not everybody can think in that type of way. And they try to make you think in this black and white way of thinking to a result that's not always the right way of thinking.
What is the...
Yo, the one thing about critical thinking, bro, and I draw issue so far with how it's being used. I've been trying to chill on it.
Okay.
You can critically think about different things.
Yeah.
You know, there are niggas who don't speak well in general. I won't use the term proper English, but like who don't articulate themselves well, who will critical think the fuck out of you on a basketball court, who will critical think the fuck out of you in a fight, on a football
Depending on the
field.
situation, basically.
Exactly, but won't critical think on a science test, on a math test, and you may have the aptitude to do that and not the opposite. You would get the ball on the basketball play and panic and travel, or lose the ball and have a turnover. It's about what you're good at. So it's not about whether or not niggas can critically think and put them in a direction. It's about what are they critically thinking about and how that pertains to what their fucking skill set is.
So Dame, like I guess in Eugene's example, it's almost like you're generalizing critical thinking.
Okay.
Yes.
In terms of life, right, and direction, right? Because I thought essentially that was my whole argument in the whole toy winding up. Like, if we don't have a direction or a path in life, because we were talking about school and teaching us, preparing us for life, if someone doesn't have a direction, if they're not thinking of their own way of how they want to figure out life, what is so horrible about having them put on a straight path or put on a predetermined path if they're not going
in
to
our
do
scenario,
it's not a problem that they're getting put on a straight path. It's a problem that they're not having options to choose their own path.
exactly.
That's the
Thank
point of
you.
autonomy,
Thank
being able to choose how you want to do something.
But you can.
But this teacher,
I don't understand.
Wait.
What options?
But Dame, going back to this teacher,
So
she was making
how
it
can
seem
you-
like. Then you went to
Go ahead, Mogu. Go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, like, with this teacher that I'm talking about, she was basically eliminating a path for me personally.
She's trying to
She was
bias
saying,
you.
yeah, she was drawing a bias to it. She's just like, yo, because she didn't fuck with it.
No,
the
that's
whole
veganism.
veganism,
That's nothing to do with
vegetarian thing.
That's not. Yeah, I get it. I didn't like
Her
the fact
title
that
is her title is teacher.
bro. I understand that, but I don't think my personal
But
view on
she's
a lot of
teaching
teachers
niggas against autonomy. She's trying to say this. Don't fuck with this shit, my nigga. Eat some meat. I'm here.
That's what I.
Yeah, we gotta.
And then give and then on top of that,
though.
then give a real reason why.
Bro, but I have that same quarrel.
This is not like a Jehovah's Witness on the street trying to give you optional information. This is a person you get up at 6 a.m. to go learn from and believe in and absorb and apply the information that they're teaching you. Her name is she's your teacher, my nigga, and she's trying to bias you.
She's not trying to. She's a natural human being, and we all have our beliefs and stuff like that. And if you have a teacher that
it's not about
so in this very same scenario, say Keenan's teacher,
I don't know what's so hard about it, bro.
So in this very same scenario, say that Keenan's teacher tells him about what's healthy to eat, what's not healthy to eat, doesn't even introduce him to the idea of veganism or vegetarian at all, right? So she's just saying this is how you eat healthy. How is Keenan supposed to determine that being vegan or being vegetarian is a good option if he doesn't even know what vegan or vegetarian is?
So Dame, basically, Dame, listen. Hold on. Dame, she's basically putting me on this linear path to begin with.
Right.
It's just trend that way.
Yeah.
So I don't deviate to anything else. She's already eliminating all these other options.
Right. Nigga, and then you're limiting. Your brain is the only limiting factor.
No, but at a young age, but you gotta understand, at a young age
yeah, at a young age. Yes, okay. You're right.
Yo, look,
but
even
simple.
It's really simple, yo. It's really simple, yo. If you learn your colors and I never teach you about the color red, my nigga, you're not gonna critically think about the color red. Because
until you see it or you
I'm
get
leaving that color out on purpose. I'm essentially, you're like a test. Yeah, I'm looking to see what the results are. I, as the person who's influencing you in your impressionable stage and withholding useful information from you. So you don't have complete autonomy because I'm literally withholding information from you.
I don't think it's like they're teaching with intent to withhold. And it's like you said, there's like
go back to the scenario, bro. Did you learn simple 7th grade economics?
No, but it doesn't mean that they were trying to withhold. They were teaching me other shit, and it goes back to my point of we're gonna die.
And what about the
decipher the other shit?
But what about the 7th grade that I was learning all the other shit you were learning and learning economics?
No. First, start with my question. Decipher the other things.
What do you mean decipher the other things?
Because you were saying that they were teaching you other shit. What's the other shit? What's the other things? I want to know.
Why does it matter? It wasn't economics.
Why couldn't they put that in there? Why couldn't they slide
It's not about what the other shit was.
Australians. There's a bunch of things you can say. Why didn't they teach me this? And it goes to my point where you're gonna die not knowing a majority of the shit that happens. So you can't say, oh, they taught me this, and
but that's not
they
the
should have
point
taught
we're
me
talking.
this. Like, come on.
Damn, time out. You're talking about knowing information that may or may not affect you. We're talking about learning information that will directly affect your situation and how you live.
Right away.
How you can perform and succeed.
And right away, by the way. Like they teach you basically what niggas trying to say is they teach you a lot of bloat.
You could never learn about the Aborigines and still be a fucking millionaire. You can't be a fucking millionaire if you don't know what taxes and credit are.
Right. They're teaching you.
What if I don't give a fuck about
right. And that's my hold on. Right. And
that's not the point I'm trying to make.
I hate when
I'm trying to make you can't. It's not if you want to or what you cannot.
And they teach you all this bloat, but not things that are going to directly impact you once you become an adult.
My nigga, you just explained that you went through school and now you've adopted this new perspective of, instead of saying fuck this school or whatever my perspective was, maybe there'll be a scenario when I can apply this information one day. Other niggas are literally being equipped to outperform you.
Right.
It's being built for their success and not yours. You are being put in position, if anything, to work for them. You're being taught how to be an employee, not a boss, bro.
You're being put in a position that you have to learn how to critically think, when they're being put in a position that they're already critical thinkers. So you have to learn something that they already know how to do.
I don't know where I learned how to critically think at a young age. I don't know where I got it.
I mean,
it wasn't from, I don't get it. I think it's as simple as questioning why the stuff that happens in your life happened, right?
What age did you learn to critically think, bro?